Yata Hey from New Mexico. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Well, here we are again. Welcome to my channel, New Mexico Outdoors with Mountaintop Bob. Today is, I've got a really cool video. It's coming up after this, but I gotta talk about something that I've been dreading for a long time. It's finally here. It's really working on me. So as time goes by over the next days and weeks, hopefully months, if I seem a little solemn, it's because my best partner, she's been with me since 2009. She was 8 weeks old when she came into my life, and that would be Gypsy. This Wednesday a week ago, she's went with us everywhere. She's been, in our truck, our cars, whatever. She goes with us. She's the kind of dog you can get out at the gas pumps and she'll sit right beside you while you pump your gas. I always considered her like a Schedule 1 protection dog, but mainly what she's been is great for kids. There's been more than one occasion where she has been there for some children. The most extreme case was a couple of kids that lost their mom and dad in a serious car wreck, and they were also injured and come out of the hospital not knowing, and they were at my house for Christmas one year. They came over with some family members that knew those folks, and it was a solemn occasion for them. I didn't realize that these kids had so much happen to them in recent past, and so I was kind of like blowing it off, like fiction almost, because it seemed so unlikely. But in the meantime, Gypsy, she caught right onto it, and she was the most beautiful dog that day. The little girl was standing we were in Florida, still living in Florida. The little girl was standing at the door, and Gypsy was there on the steps and outside the door, because I kept them separated. I was afraid she had hurt a kid or something. But anyway, that little girl went right on out there and sat on the porch, and Gypsy sat right there and let her pet and do all that stuff. And that little girl had a nice long talk with Gypsy. And that's when I realized that she was a different kind of dog, and she would find a lost kid right now. We never had to actually do it for real, but we did a lot of practicing. And she was good at it. And she's been a great companion here in New Mexico the last 2 years. But as I started to say, Wednesday a week ago, she went with us in the truck to Grants, and sometime on the way over there, I wasn't paying attention, and I'm feeling really bad about that. Or when we got there, I didn't leave her alone in the truck. It wasn't hot, and I gave her water and got back in the truck, and she started circling around back in the back. So I thought she had to use the bathroom, and so I was getting her out, and she collapsed and fell out of the truck. And so as it turned out, she has had a stroke. I didn't even know animals could have a stroke. Something else that she has taught me. She's taught me so much over the years. This is the last, well, hopefully not the last thing, but one thing that she's taught me, that dogs and cats can have strokes just like people. I read that it's not as obvious, but oftentimes more dramatic, and it doesn't. You don't know it's happening. You don't know it's coming on. And with animals, it's not as often as with humans, but it does happen. And so now she can still get up and on and off the couch. And yesterday morning, it was an hour in the floor with her before she'd even make an attempt to get up. So I thought it was done then. But she came around again, and this morning she's actually come outside, and she had to show me that she could make her rounds, and she did them as normal. And she's laying over there right now, but you'll be seeing less and less of her, although I will be doing a video at length about her. So enough about that. If you notice that I seem to be a little sad or a little bit off, that's what that's about. I'm going to miss her terribly. So, okay, I have a hard time thinking about it sometimes without getting emotional. But anyway, so I want to get on to the Circle of Life. What we've been doing here since we've been here is watching barn swallows. We watched them the first year. We didn't even know what kind of birds they were. We'd never seen anything like that, you know, but they got a nest right up in the corner of my porch. And so the first year we were here, we watched three groups of four, 3 or 4, I can't remember exactly. Usually it's 4. One time it was 5, and one time there was 3, but they do 3 or 4 hatchlings, I guess you call them. Babies pop out of that nest 3 or 4 times every year through the spring and summer. So the first batch has already grown up and flew the coop, and I made a point to get as much photography, as much video, as much as I could of watching them grow up until they leave the nest. So behind this long jabberjaw and tear-jerking first part, behind this is Circle of Life. We get to see these little babies in the nest before you can actually even see them. The mamas are coming there, and I got that. And it goes all the way through till they leave the nest. And any of the pictures or video that you see where the barn swallows have no tail, they have no long extended tail, they're not forked yet, those would be babies. Those would be, what do they call them, adolescents, something, juveniles. There's the juveniles. So one last thing about them, there's, I don't want to call it a myth. Anyway, supposedly the reason the barn swallow's tail is forked so much, and they are, you'll see in the video, is because they went in ancient times to the fire god and stole some fire and brought it to the humans. And the fire god in turn was mad, so he sent fire bombs at them until he burned the middle part of their tail off, leaving the outside edges long. Now, I know the real reason, and there is another reason. It's a simple reason. When you watch this video, by the time you get to the end, I'm sure you'll agree with me. They work their tail feathers off feeding them babies. That's just all it is. So without further ado, I always wanted to say that. Without further ado, I'm going to get off of here and say bye to everybody. And thanks for watching my video. Let's see if I can get out of here some kind of smooth way today. I doubt it. But I think I can remember the name of my channel anyway. Thanks for watching. This is Mountaintop Bob. New Mexico Outdoors with Mountaintop Bob, and I'm Bob. See ya.